Okay, so what we will do today, we'll go over our homework and hopefully we'll get to exponents and radicals, or at least get started on it. Audrey, is that you rattling paper?
Yeah, I
All
just trying
all
to.
these are the people.
Yeah, she's a paper rattler. We gave Audrey a new name. She's a paper
That's my new name.
rattler.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do the first one, multiplication of polynomials. And what did I say about when you're multiplying polynomials? Does anybody remember? When you're multiplying a monomial by a polynomial, what do? You multiply the monomial by every term in the polynomial. So that means you multiply the 4k to the second by 6k to the second. You multiply the 4k to the second by 9k cubed, and you multiply the 4k to the second by a minus 5q to the second, right? So all of these have the right coefficient, right? The 4 times 6 is 24. The 4 times 9 is 36. The 4 times minus 5 is a minus 20. So all the choices have the right coefficients, right? So now we have to see which one has the right coefficients and the powers, the exponents. So, Mercedes, when you multiply 4k to the second times 6k to the second, what do you get?
I got, let's see, 4 6 is 24.
24, and what's the
This
power?
is, I think it's 4.
It's 4, that's right, because you add the exponents. So just that first step, you can eliminate which two, Mercedes?
Eliminate which 2?
Which two choices can you eliminate
Oh,
once you
oh.
told me? Which ones?
Eliminate A,
A, and what's the other one?
and the next one would be, let's see, D.
D, that's right. So just that, doing that first step, 4k to the second times 6k to the second. Let me just write that. Okay, so just by doing that, you can eliminate 2 of the choices. So now you at just 2 left, right? So let's just put that there and multiply that out. Let's see. Okay. And Mercedes, what did you say that was equal to?
Pardon me?
What did you say the multiplication? 4k
Oh.
to the second times 6k to the second?
Or do you mean 4 times 9 now?
No, I'm still on this one. You told me the answer. I just want to hear you
Yes.
say it again.
24k to the 4th power.
To the 4th, that's right. Because we'll be getting the exponent soon, and when you multiply, you add the exponents. So we've got 24k to the 4th, and like Mercedes said, you can eliminate A, says k to the second, and D, say k to the 1. All right, so the next step is to multiply the 4k to the second. Let's take that. Now, if you can do this without having to do this. Now I'm going through this, but if you can just follow it horizontal, then you don't have to go through this. But I'm just doing this with simplification. All right. Let me just okay. Okay, now let's go to the next one, Mercedes. Take the next one. Now we've got that same 4k to the second. I'll just put that here. Now, what are we multiplying that 4k to the second by?
Where are you, miss?
I'm on the other side.
You, okay, now I see.
You see me, right? So I
Yeah.
multiplied 4k to the second by 9kq, right? So let's put our 9 here. And k. And that's what, 9kq. So let's just put q. Take that out.
There's no power. The
No
nine.
power on that one, yes. I'll take this 2 out because it's just 9kq. What does that equal to, Mercedes?
That would equal to 36 KQ.
36 and 36 what?
KQ. RK.
You've got k to the second time k.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
1, right? What does that equal to?
So that is 3.
K to the third. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
just grab this k to the third right here. And we got k to the third, so we'll put that there. Okay, now we have a q, right? Because there's no q in the other one, so that would just be q. All right, so let's just put q. All right, so 4k to the second times 9kq is 36k to the third q. So you can see your answer, right? I
Not
mean, we could
true.
stop right here because there's
Okay.
only one choice of those 2 left that has k to the third q, right? But let's just continue. But like I say, you could really stop here and pick your answer out, right? Right, Mercedes?
Yes, miss.
So what's your answer?
I'm sort of doubtful because we have a, oh no, I'm wrong. The answer would be C.
C, that's right. I mean, you could stop right here because the only one that has 24k to the fourth plus 36k to the third q is C. But let's just continue. Let's just take out 4k because sometimes it may not be so obvious that that's it. You may have both with the same, okay? Maybe only the third multiplication is different. So let's put our 4k to the second. And what are we multiplying that by, Mercedes?
Where are we now? Okay, let me.
You multiply 4k to the second times 6k to the second. You multiply 4k to the second times 9kq. Now you multiplied 4k to the second by a minus 5q to the second, right?
So that would be 20
So let me just put that there,
2.
plus or minus.
Minus. I'm doubtful. For the first time, a long time.
What's your sign rules? Multiply unlikes give you what signs?
Oh, I don't remember this one.
Plus times minus gives minus.
Plus minus.
Plus times plus gives plus. Minus times minus gives plus.
Okay.
Same thing for division. So what would be the answer here, Mercedes?
Plus sign. Where am I?
4 times a minus 5 is what?
20.
Plus or minus?
Minus.
That's right. Very good. Minus 20. And then you have k to the second, q to the
You have a
second.
10 there, miss.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that's 20. And we have k to the second, q to the second. So let's just copy this. There we go. And once you put those together, what's your answer?
C.
Answer is C. 24k to the fourth plus 36k to the third q minus 20k to the second q to the second. That only matches C. Audrey, did you have that one right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maureen, did you try it?
Yeah,
You had it right?
Yeah.
Okay, so monomial times polynomial multiply the monomial by each term, which is a monomial, and then combine them, and there's your answer. Questions? All right, now another multiplication. Audrey,
Hmm.
what's the answer for number 2, and how did you get it?
I had A. I don't know if it was right. But,
You had A.
mhm.
How did you get A?
I can't from the place we do the work now. We do this work at so much places.
Well, for this one now, you'd have to multiply the x to the second times this whole expression, and then you have to multiply 2 times this expression, right? Now, let's just take x to the second.
Make it a little bigger.
Okay, all right, let me make it bigger. Somebody's phone should be turned off. And if you must talk, please go to mute. Okay. Okay, Audrey, so let's just take the x to the second. Put that here. And multiply that by this expression. Okay, so let me just put that here. Okay, and then we'll take the 2. The 2 here. And we want to multiply that by that same expression. So let's just take this.
Okay.
Okay, is that what you did, Audrey?
No, I don't think that we do.
Okay, so you didn't, this x to the second plus 2, and that's a binomial. Well, actually it's a monomial. We multiply that by everything in the parentheses. So you have to take both the x to the second by this polynomial and the 2
Yeah, I think
times
we do it
this.
like
So
a
you didn't do
file
it like
something.
that?
I think I do it in a way like a file or something like that. I think that's what I did.
What did you do?
I think I do it like a way how I do file, but I ain't got the paperwork with me now. I got in a different page.
You mean the FOIL?
Yeah.
Okay, the FOIL works when you have in the term 2 items, and in the other term 2 items. In other words, x squared plus 2 times, say, minus x to the third plus 3x. Not 3. Okay. Okay. So because you remember it's first, outer, inner, last. Okay. So if you were saying inner, you what would be the inner here? This minus x to the third or the 3x? So you wouldn't use the FOIL. You'd have to break it down and multiply the x to the second times this term, and then the 2 times this term. Okay, Audrey, now tell me, when you multiply this out, what do you get? What's x to the second time minus x to the third? Taking it one at a time now. X to the second time minus x to the third. What is that equal to, Audrey? What do you do to exponents when you're multiplying same base? What do you do with the exponents?
You add them?
You add the exponents. So x to the second time a minus x to the third would give you what?
X to the 6.
You said
Negative.
add them. You told me you
Negative.
add them. You multiplied. You told me you add them, but you multiplied. So what is it?
Oh, that's not what you said.
No.
You said
You said
add it?
add.
Wait just a minute, Maureen. x to the second times a minus x to the third. Audrey, what is that equal to?
A -6.
No, no. The base is x, so this will be x. What do you do to those exponents 2 and 3?
5.
Yes, you add them. Okay, but a plus times a minus, this would be what, Audrey? What would be the sign here? What's the sign, Audrey? A plus times a minus gives what?
A plus.
Nope. You gotta remember your sign rules. Unlike signs multiply to give you negative. Minus times plus gives minus. Plus times minus gives minus. Plus times plus gives plus. Minus times minus gives plus. Pour that into your head, all right? Unlike signs, plus and minus, those are unlike, right? So plus times minus gives minus. And then Audrey, you said you add the exponents. That is correct. And that is a 5. Okay. So
yeah, they change it.
Okay, now what's x to the second times 3x, Audrey?
6x to the second.
Okay, I'm spacing these out, make it a little clearer. Okay, all right. X to the second times 3x is what?
X to the second times 3x.
Multiplied by 3x. What does that give you?
6x.
What do you do with the exponents?
Negative.
When you're multiplying, what do you do with the exponents? Well, right here, Audrey, you said 2 and 3, you add the exponents, right? But you have a 2 here and a x to the 1. And if you add those, what does that give you, Audrey?
A 3.
3, the 3x to the third, right?
Okay.
Be careful with your exponents. Okay, so this will be 3x to the third, right? Now, what's x to the second times -1?
X to the second?
Yes, times a -1. Right here. X to the second times a -1. What is that equal to?
X. Negative x.
No. Any number or expression times 1 just gives you that expression, except this case is negative. So what would be the answer?
X to the second?
Okay, but it's a negative, so it would be what?
A plus?
No, it would be x to the second, except it would be negative.
But that's what I just said.
Yeah, but it would be a negative x to the second. All right, negative. Let's just take this, put it here. That's a negative x to the second. See, a -1 times the x to the second is a minus x to the second. If this were a +1, it would just be x, be a plus x to the second.
But that's what I said first, though. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say minus?
I said minus x to the second.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. So my mistake. Okay. So now you've multiplied x to the second by this whole polynomial. And you got minus x to the fifth plus 3x to the third minus x to the second, right? Now let's go to our next multiplication, Audrey. Let's go here. All right, equal. Now what's 2 times a minus x to the third?
Plus 6x?
No, 2. Now this coefficient is a 1, and you multiply the coefficients. So 2 times
two,
1 is
so
what?
2.
2. So 2 times a negative 1 would be what? 2 times a negative 1.
Is 1.
2 times a negative 1 would be a negative 2.
It's 2.
Remember, plus 2, this is 2 plus 2. This is a negative 1. 1 is the default. And that would give you a negative 2. Right? So that's a negative 2x to the third. So let's just copy the x to the third here. Okay, put it here. Okay, now what's 2 times a plus 3x, Audrey? 2 times a plus 3x.
6x.
That's it. Very good. Okay, so that would be a plus 6x. Now, what's 2 times a negative 1?
Negative 2.
That's right. Now, combine these, and what do you get? In other
5x
words,
to the third plus 3x.
add these. Okay, I'm just going to underline here. Okay, now put them in standard form. In other words, put your highest power first. So what would be your answer here? Which one would I put first?
3x to the third.
No, what's the highest power?
5.
5. So I'd put the minus x to the fifth first, right? So let's just grab this x to the fifth because I don't have a fifth power in my second term, in my second expression right here. So let's just copy this, put it here, okay. Put it there, it's x to the fifth, okay. You don't need an underline here. Okay, what's the next highest power? After the fifth
3.
power, 3. So now what's a 3x to the third and a minus 2x to the third? What does that give you? These are alike, right? Same power, same base. So a 3x to the third and a minus 2x to the third. What does that give you?
3x.
A plus 3 and a minus 2 is what, Audrey? Plus 3 and a minus 2. Unlike signs, you subtract. What would be your
1.
answer? Yes, it would be a 1. It would be a plus, and we'll just put a 1. We don't need a here. Okay, so that's plus 1, and let's just put x to the third here, x to the third. And that's the same as just x to the third, right? So that's a plus 1, x to the third. Now what comes after x to the third? Next power. Looking at these two.
2.
So what's the next one, Audrey? After x to the, yeah, x to the second. So what do I write here? What do you see x to the second? Right here.
2.
Yeah, minus, you see it right here, minus x to the second. Okay, so let's just put that there. All right, minus x to the second. And what comes after the x to the second? X to the first. You see an x to the first?
Yeah.
What is it? What's the term that has x to the first?
X to the first.
Yeah, you're looking at this expression and this expression. So what has x to the first power?
X to the first power.
You have the fifth, you have the third, you combine. Now what has X to the first power? This expression, this expression. What goes next, Audrey?
X 2.
X to the first. Now remember, that's the default. X to the first is this 6x, right?
Oh,
Yeah, because X to the 1 is this 6x to the 1. Remember, the 1 is the default, right? And then you have your constant. What's your constant?
2.
-2. All right. So we have -2. Okay. Now let's just go here. Bring that here. Okay. Now, which expression does this match? Minus x to the 5th plus 1x to the 3rd, which is just x to the 3rd, minus x squared plus 6x minus 2. Is that A, B, C, or D?
C.
Okay, minus x to the 5th.
Let me see.
That's a 3x to the 3rd. This is a 1.
Oh,
Look
that's
again.
B.
That's right. Answer B, because that's minus x to the 5th. That's a 1x to the 3rd minus x squared plus 6x minus 2. So your answer is B. Any questions?
I have to review that again, because I don't comprehend all of it. I'm missing something.
Okay,
I don't want to go over it. I will review it. Okay?
but just remember, Mercedes, when you have an expression like this where you've got two items here in this term. So you got x to the 2nd plus 2. So you have to multiply the x to the 2nd by the polynomial and the 2 by the polynomial and then combine them.
Okay.
That's what we did. We took the x to the 2nd times the polynomial, and we took the 2 times the polynomial, and then we combined them, putting like powers together. And that only occurred with the x to the 3rd. The 3x to the 3rd, the minus, we subtracted, and that gave us just 1x to the 3rd.
Okay.
Is it clearer,
Okay.
Mercedes?
Not really, but I still have to review it. And I
Okay,
feel much
well,
better.
no, I don't want to leave it if it's something you don't understand.
No, I really don't want to really go over it, Miss Barbara.
Okay, but
That's why
did you
I really do-
understand the multiplication that you had to take both of these parts of the term and multiply by the polynomial? The x to the 2nd times the polynomial, that's right here. And then the 2 times the polynomial.
Oh, so you're saying that you use the x2 to multiply
No, don't say x2 now. That's not the
to
same.
the power,
X to the 2nd power.
second power, to multiply all those on the right in the
Yeah,
bracket.
multiply x to the 2nd by everything in the parentheses right here. That's the polynomial. All right. And then multiply 2 times the polynomial.
No, we had it right first and then they changed it.
That's what this is right here. X to the 2nd power times the polynomial
Yeah.
plus 2 times the polynomial. And then once you multiply those out, you can combine them, and that gives you your answer. Questions?
No, thank you.
And see, you don't have, like here, you only have the x to the 5th in this first polynomial. You know, the product when you multiply it.
When they change it.
So we put
Right,
x to the
yes,
5th by itself, but x to the 3rd, you understand how we got the 1x to the 3rd? We combined the 3x to the 3rd, that's a plus, or minus 2x to the third, you subtract, you get a 1. The bigger number is just 3 and it has a plus. So it's a plus 1x to the third. X to the second, you didn't have it in the second polynomial. So it just stands alone, right? 6x
Okay.
only occurs in this polynomial. So you just plus 6x and the constant only occurs here. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions now on multiplying?
Yeah, I had it right and they changed it. And then look at
What
my-
happened, Audrey?
No, I said I had it right in the first place, but then I redo it and change it
Why did you do it over then if you had it
because I
right?
didn't think that it was wrong. I just said that it was wrong. That it was 6.
Well, what was your answer, Audrey?
Huh?
What was your answer? Which one did you have? A, B, C, or D?
Yeah, I had A, but I sent A to you. But now I look back at my
Oh
A
yeah,
sent-
but that's right. A was one you could eliminate, right? Because it had to be to the 5th power, so it can't be to
Right.
the 6th.
But
So
I
you
had it
could-
right on paper, but then I turn around and I change, I rewrite it, because when I do for one thing, then I rewrite it, then to gotta take the picture of it, then to send it. So that's when I messed up.
Oh, okay, with no words, some others
I'm
did
really
the
familiar.
same. Yeah, you write it
So
on
I'll have to do
one
them
thing.
all over again.
Okay,
Excuse me, Miss Barbara, for about 2 minutes. Just be back.
all right.
Even less than 2 minutes.
Okay, Mercedes, what's the answer number 3? Simplify, make it bigger, Audrey. So you get-
I was getting away, Miss Barbara, for 1 minute or 2.
Okay, I
you
made
said
it
number
bigger,
3?
Audrey. Is it all right for you?
Yes.
Okay, now simplify 4m times 3m. Okay, Mercedes, what's your answer?
That's E.
It's what?
E.
E as in Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Remember your exponent rules. What do you do when you're multiplying?
You add.
You add. So you have m to the 1 and m to the 1. What's 1 plus 1, Mercedes?
Oh, the answer is 2.
So what's the answer? What's the answer, Mercedes?
E.
Which one?
C.
See, I knew you knew it. That's why I went back over it because I said, nah, she knows.
I forgot to do that part.
Just remember your exponent rules. You add the exponents. That's a 1. That's a default. That's a 1. Multiply coefficients. You got your 12. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. 12m to the second power.
Yeah, Miss Barbara, if you get off the line just for a minute, please.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Come back.
Okay. Don't worry. Maureen is going to do number 4 for you. Right, Maureen?
Huh?
I said Maureen would do number 4. That's a division. Make this bigger, Maureen. I think you can do that one. I really do. So, Maureen, tell me how to do number 4.
No, I didn't do that one. I did divide 3 into 15, right?
Right?
So 3 into 15 is 5.
Okay.
That'd be 5x,
So
right?
what power?
Two.
To the power 7.
What do you do when you divide?
Okay.
What do you do to the exponents?
The subtract.
Okay, so it'd be 5x to the power of what?
2,
5 minus 2.
7.
I didn't say plus
Mhm.
2, Maureen. I
Oh,
said
5 minus 2 is 3.
it's 3. That's right. So that would be a 3. Okay. So let me just make that bigger. Okay. So then, okay, so 5x to the third. Just bring that over. All right, now 9x to the third divided by 3x to the second. What's that equal to, Maureen?
So that'd be 3x, right? Plus
Okay, so this
3
would
into
be,
9 is 3, right? 3x.
Okay, so plus, you're right, 3x. All right, let me take this out.
All right, put my extra on this.
So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So what would be the power, Maureen? 3x to the what?
The first power.
That's it. Very good. See, I knew you could do that, Maureen. Okay, see, x to the first power or just x. So the answer is the answer. 5x to the third plus 3x. What's wrong, Audrey?
No, I say leave off my one.
You didn't have to put the 1. You
You
could
didn't
just
have to
put
put the
x.
one, Audrey.
That's default. You
No,
don't.
but I put 3x. I think you tell me I was wrong.
No, 3x is all right. That's the same as x to the 1. So this is equal to, and you didn't have to put the 1 there. I mean, you could leave the 1 off, right? Same thing, okay?
Mm.
Both answers are correct because they're equal. And that's your answer.
That's like, yes.
That's your answer. You got it? See, Maureen, you did that one. I told you could do it. You doubt yourself. Okay.
Oh,
Don't doubt yourself because you can do it. So 5x to the third plus 3x. That's your answer.
man.
Questions, anybody? Division? So you're really taking the 15x to the fifth divided by 3x to the second, and then 15x to the fifth, 9x to the third divided by 3x to the second. You divide both terms, both of these terms in the numerator
G,
by the denominator.
G.
Question?
Take that switch from the car, I can see a good time.
All right. Now let's go to, okay, Mercedes
5.
not bad. Mercedes not bad. Yeah, I wanted her to do number 5. Okay. But Audrey, you can do number 5, right? You want to do number 5?
I don't know if I make a mistake with that. I don't know.
Okay, let's go to the next. Put it on next screen and make it bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger. So
Yeah, I'm making it
sometimes
bigger.
they write these things wrong.
I'm making it bigger. Okay, here we go. Let's make it bigger. Okay. Quotient means you're doing what operation, Maureen?
Division.
Division, that's right. So you're finding a quotient, 4m to the fourth, n to the fourth. Okay. Let me make this. I can't see the rest of it because of okay.
Okay,
No, I'll make it bigger later. Okay. Because I've got to, just a minute. I'm going to put this on the other line. Okay. Now I'll make it bigger because I want to be able to see the whole thing. I can't really see it when I make it really bigger because of the, okay. All right. Okay. The 4m to the fourth, n to the fourth minus 8m to the third, n to the fourth plus 6m to the third. So let me just copy that.
minus. Yeah.
Okay. So let me just copy the polynomial. Okay, I put it here. Okay. And you're dividing that, and I'll just put it underneath it. Okay. There we go. And underneath it, we divide it by minus 2mn, right? What do we know about division? We divide, for polynomial, divide each term by the monomial, right? So it'd be monomial over monomial.
Mhm.
Anybody want to tell me what that would look like?
That's 6.
4 m to the fourth and n to the 4 over negative 2mn.
That's right. That would be, you're absolutely right, Audrey. You've got to take this 4m to the 4th, n to the 4th. So let's just take that. Right, put it here. Okay, and we want to divide that by minus 2mn because each one of those have to be divided by that divisor, right? Okay, so let me just move that over. So now do that for each one. So you've got this one. Let me just make this a little closer here. Okay. And you're going to do the same for the minus. Don't forget your sign. Take this one. Okay, this term. Okay. I want to just grab that. Okay. Don't forget the signs when you're dividing each monomial. You're breaking this up into monomial over monomial. Okay. And divide that by a minus 2mn. Okay, put that underneath there. Okay, and then the last one, 6mn to the 3rd. Let's just take that, copy. Okay, are you dividing it out, everybody?
Sure, Miss Barbara, I'm back.
Okay, all right. You just in time, Mercedes, to finish this one up. Okay, now we're dividing a polynomial by a monomial. And remember I said last time, when you have this, you just take the polynomial, each part of it, break it up into monomial over monomial. Okay.
So that is the one on the right side.
Yes. Okay. I just broke it up. Now, once I break it up, I want you to do the division. Okay. So let's do the first one.
I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Okay.
Okay. Equal. Okay, Mercedes, do the first division for me.
That is 2 divide 2 by 4 by 2.
4 by negative 2, what does that give you?
2
Plus or minus?
plus.
Plus divided by minus give
Oh,
minus.
let me look at my notes.
Unlike signs, divide
Oh,
to
yes.
give
Minus,
negative.
minus.
Okay, minus, and what's the coefficient? 4 divided by 2
2.
is 2. All right, now let's go to exponents. M to the 4th divided by M. What's that equal to, Mercedes?
So you add.
That's a
No,
division. What do you do to exponents for division?
I don't remember, Miss, honestly.
Subtract,
Subtract.
subtract.
Okay, so that's 0 then.
Division of exponents, you subtract. Multiplication of exponents, you add. So what would be the answer, Mercedes?
0.
M to the 4th divided by M to the 1.
Oh, that's 1.
So what would be the answer?
4, 1. M and 1.
I'm only dealing with M now, Mercedes. M to the 4th
2 and
divided by M to the 1.
2 and 1 to the 1.
What's 4 minus 1?
0.
4 minus 1,
Sorry,
Mercedes.
3, sorry.
Okay, so it would be what? What would be the power?
I don't understand where you get 3 from. I just see the 3. Okay.
4, there's a 4 right here,
So
right?
it would be a
The
3.
M is a 1. That's the default. So 4 minus 1 would be a 3, right? So that would be a 3. Mercedes, you following?
Yes.
Okay, now we got n to the 4th divided by n to the 1. What would that be equal to?
N to the 3 too.
N to the 3rd. All right, so n, and let's put the 3rd. There we go. All right, so we
That's
got,
right there, Miss. I'm so clear.
what's the problem, Mercedes?
Right there, and I don't comprehend so clearly. Right there with the M and the N.
Okay, you have a m to the 4th and you have an m. You can only divide like bases. The
Okay.
base is m, so I can divide a m to the 4th by m to the 1.
Oh,
1 from
because
4 is m to the 3rd.
oh, I got you now. I got you. I got
Right,
you.
and n to the 4th divided by n to the 1 is 4
Because
minus 1 or
the-
n to the 3rd.
Yeah, so because the 2mn has no exponent,
Well, it does. It has a 1. We just, that's the
we
default.
call it 1. Okay, got
Yeah,
you.
it's 1.
Got it.
Okay, if you don't see a power, it's a 1.
Yes, I
That's the
remember.
default. Okay, now we're going to our second monomial over monomial. Okay, so that's equal. Okay, Mercedes, now tell me what you get for this one.
We got
First,
4
okay, so minus
Plus
8
4.
divided by minus
Minus-
2 gives you what?
plus 4.
That's right, just 4. Now let's do the m's. M to the 3rd minus m to the 1. What does that give you,
To
Mercedes?
the second power.
M to the 2nd. Excellent. Okay, so let's put our m to the 2nd.
And n to the third power.
All right, you got it. Very good. N, and that's to the 3rd power. Okay. 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, now you have your last one here. 6 divided by minus 2. What's that
Good.
equal to?
You got minus 3.
Okay, very good. Minus 3, because plus over minus give negative. Now look at your m's. M to the 1 divided by m to the 1 is what?
M.
No. Likes divide to give you 1. It's just a number 1.
I know, but I don't want you say if it's M is 1 is 1 is M. That's why I say
No,
M.
no. M to the 1 divided by m to the 1 is just 1. Remember,
Okay,
any
so I can call-
expression that are identical divided by itself is 1.
It's 1.
1
Okay,
over 1 is 1, m
Yeah.
over m is 1, m to the 2nd over m to the 2nd is 1.
Yeah, I got you right.
Oh, you
1.
got? Okay. Now what's n to the 3rd divided by n?
That is n to the second power.
N to the 2nd. You got it. Very good, Mercedes. See, it's not bad as you thought, right?
Oh, I
Okay.
think-
Okay. Now you've got all of your values. So your quotient would be what? Put those together, and what do you get for your quotient?
Oh boy, here we go. I'm not sure I'm gonna also do them in order.
No, don't worry about the order. Just give me the values for the quotient. And the values would be the sum of minus 2m to the 3rd, m to the 3rd, 4m to the 2nd, n to the 3rd, and minus 3n to the 2nd.
I don't think I'll just set them out.
No, you just combining them. It's this first
Oh.
expression plus this expression, and then the minus this one. So you just take what? This expression. Let's just put it in. All you're doing is just combining what you got when you took the monomials divided by a monomial. So that's a minus 4m to the 3rd, m to the n to the 3rd. Okay, and then plus. Okay, that would be plus, and then take the next one. That's the 4m to the 2nd, n to the 3rd. There we go. Just take that, put it here. Okay. And then the last one is the minus 3n to the second. That's all you do, just putting together those results that you got there. So this would be, and that's your
Okay.
answer. That's your answer.
So you have to put them in like in order.
Well, you can put them in the order that you got them, but it doesn't really matter here. If you just put all those terms down, except you need the minus here, you wouldn't put a plus, okay? So that's
Okay.
your answer. Okay, so that's your answer. So let's just put here, okay, answer. Got it? Polynomial divided by monomial, break it up into monomial division. Monomial divided by monomial minus monomial divided by monomial plus monomial divided by monomial. Once you get these values, just put them together. Minus 2m to the third into the third plus 4m to the second into the third minus 3n to the second. And actually they are in order by power, because what's the power on this first one, Mercedes? What's the power there?
3 and 3.
And that gives you what? 3 plus 3 is what?
6.
And then this one is what?
5.
5, and this one is
2.
So they are in order, okay? Because order is from highest power to lowest power. We call that standard
Okay.
form. Questions on
So
number?
we-
Yes.
Yes. So like how the 2m is there. Oh. Oh, got it. I got it. I
Got
see.
it?
I thought the 3's would come before the 2 in the order it says in it.
You
But I
thought,
understand. Okay.
no, standard form of a polynomial is highest power to lowest. And the highest power is to 6, because you add both of these. 3 plus 3, 6.
Oh no,
3
God.
plus 2, 5.
The 6 come before 5.
And then that's right. Because remember, your powers are determined by the powers on your variables, but you could have more than one variable, but you have to add up all those powers, okay? Questions? Number 5. All right, let's go to Audrey, number 6. Number 6, what's the answer?
I say answer D.
You said all of the above?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say, Maureen?
Amy? When adding or subtracting polynomial, we subtract.
Audrey said all of the above. What would you say?
I say all of the above too. Subtract the exponents.
Latoya, what would you say?
The toilet, she gonna sleep.
Latoya, are you there? You're on mute.
The exponents.
Latoya,
Subtract
Mercedes,
add.
what would you say?
The polynomial.
Yeah, Miss Barbara.
Yes, I said with adding or subtracting polynomials, we add or subtract what?
Coefficient.
Coefficients. That's what we've been doing. The fact
Coefficient.
I'm here.
Who didn't give me a chance to answer? As I open my mouth, the person take it out.
Sorry about that, Mercedes. Sorry. We've been looking at these coefficients, these numbers in front of the variables,
Yeah.
right? When we add and subtract polynomials, what would you say? We look at the coefficients. Correct? So
Yeah.
answer is
C.
C.
Okay.
Okay, answer C.
All right. Good.
But I can see why you said,
Because a polynomial make a part of them. So that's what we're saying. We're
well,
not saying.
no, I can see you saying if you said coefficients and exponents, but I can't see saying add or subtract the polynomial, because we said with adding or subtract the polynomial. That's why all of the above wouldn't make sense, because you've got polynomials as part of your answer,
Yeah.
right? And we said when adding or subtracting polynomials. Okay. So it was the number in front of the variables. That's the coefficient. All right. Number, that was C. Okay. Number 7. Audrey, now how many terms? You said, I think you said
I said 2 terms
2. What are your 2 terms?
because, oh man, I didn't see that D. I can't see that D there. I didn't remember seeing
You
that.
said 2 terms. What are you calling your 2 terms?
3x to the third minus 2x plus x minus 16.
So what are your 2 terms? You said 2.
I just tell you 3x minus 2x. That's 1, and 8x minus 16. I said that's 2.
No, each one of these is a term. You can't say 3x to the third minus 2x to the term. This is a term, this is a term, this is a term, this is a term. Right?
I messed up, that's all.
Right? But you can combine the minus 2x and the plus 6x. What do you get, Maureen?
8.
A minus 2x and a plus 8x. What do you get?
A plus. Okay, a minus 2x. And a plus 16. And a plus 8.
Yes. What does that give you? A minus 2x and a plus 8x. What does that give you, Maureen?
10x.
What?
What?
What did you say, Maureen? What did you say your answer was?
2 from 8 is 6, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what's your answer?
Eight.
Speak.
Maureen, a minus 2 and a plus 8 is what?
8x.
Maureen?
A 6x.
Yeah, 6x. That's right, 6x. Because you subtract the 2 from the 8, the coefficient, and you get a 6, and the bigger number is your 8, so it's a plus. So this would be a plus 6x. So let's just take this, put our 6 here. And how many terms is that, Maureen? Let me put a 6 here. You got a 6. How many terms are there, Maureen?
How much there is 3?
3. So answer what?
D.
Answer is D. Everybody follow
So-
there?
So, Miss, you have to work them all to get the terms, right?
That's right. You gotta, yeah, because you got the x's that can be combined. You don't leave them like that. All right. And answer D, because minus 2x can be combined with 8x, like Maureen said.
I have
Subtract,
3,
she
but I
got
don't know how
6.
again.
There's nothing to combine with 3x to the third power, or
No, that's minus 16.
yeah, minus 16.
So the answer is D.
Oh,
Questions?
that's a good one.
I think we're gonna get easy
Yeah,
one.
I wanted to see how you think on that one. And I was hoping you'd see that you had the
I put D, but I do it different, but
yeah,
didn't
that's
try to tell
okay.
you how
As
to
long
do it.
as you got the right
That's enough,
answer,
yeah.
Maureen, you got it
Mm.
right. That's the
Yeah.
good thing. You got it right. Okay. So
Okay.
No, none of the other answers make sense, right? But Audrey, you can't combine terms together here. You made 3x to the third minus 2x a term, and then you made 8x minus 16. But each one of these is a term, okay?
Mhm.
Except you need to combine the like ones, 8x, 2x, and get 6x. All right. Okay, number 8. Mercedes, you want to do number 8?
Where is it, Miss? I don't see it.
Here we go. I'll make it bigger. Let's make it
Oh,
bigger.
no,
Which of the
that's-
following are examples of
Oh.
like terms? Okay, let's see. Make that bigger.
Yes,
Okay,
that's it.
like terms. They would have what?
Like terms will have like,
Like terms will have the same variable.
Yeah.
yes. Like,
Yes?
I
So,
see minus 3x and 3x, and
so
that's not
which one would you say, Mercedes?
the closest one I can say I see is A or B, D.
Say it again, Mercedes.
I said the closest I'm looking is the A or D.
No, it's not an AR. It's one answer. Give me an answer. One answer, Mercedes.
All right. Okay.
Go
A.
ahead, you got it. No, you can't give me A, Mercedes.
Then it's
Totally
D.
unacceptable. It's D.
Okay. Miss, why I didn't choose these because it has a sign in front of it.
But that
Really?
doesn't matter. They got the
Sure, man.
same they've got the same variable, X and X.
Okay. Okay. And 2 and
All
8.
right. Everything else is different. Variable, different variable, Y and X. Different variable. Y to the third, X to the third. One is a
Okay.
constant, one is a coefficient with a variable. All right.
Okay.
Same variable, D.
I doubt it because of the sign, but I.
No, don't worry about the sign, Mercedes. If they both have the same variable, like terms. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Now this one, I thought I had emphasized that, but I guess I didn't. Maureen, what's the degree of the polynomial square root of 3?
And half.
Ah, very good. Maureen heard it. Thank you, Maureen. I'm glad somebody heard it. Because someone told me they didn't hear that. Okay. It's 1/2. So what's the answer, Maureen?
C.
C. Okay. So let me make that bigger so Audrey can see it. Okay. Audrey, you missed that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I miss a lot.
You forgot the 1/2, right?
Yeah, I miss a lot. Mm.
No, that's all right. You get them right next time. That's what practice is all about, Audrey. So the answer is, like Maureen said, answer C. Answer C. Okay. Just remember, when you see that radical, that means raised to the 1/2 power.
And they look at it, several times, and they say that it ratings ain't right.
Well, let me just put it here. Square root of
No, I have a
3.
book here that I usually go to revise work,
Okay.
and it tell you that is one that doesn't divide, cannot be multiplied. So,
Okay. So that's 3 to the 1/2. That's the way you write it. 3 to the 1/2 power. Okay. So pour
Miss,
that into your brain. 3 to the 1/2 is the same as square root of 3. Got it?
yeah, 1 to the 1/2.
Okay.
why miss? Why miss?
What was the question?
Why?
That's a math rule.
Oh.
That's a math rule.
So that
Okay.
would be a
Well,
radical.
think about it. What's square root of 3 times square root of 3?
Square root of 3 times square root of 3.
What's square root of Let's put it, because you can see why this is true, even though it's a math rule. Okay, let's go here. Suppose you're going to multiply a radical. Square root of 3. Let's put this here. Okay, put that there, times the square root of 3. What is that equal to?
9.
No,
Right.
no.
What then? Oh, I forgot.
When you multiply a radical time itself, you get back just the number under the radical.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Yes.
3, right?
Yeah.
In order to get a 3 to the 1, each one of
Mhm.
these have to be 1/2.
And you have
right?
to multiply to review.
Can you see that now?
Yes, ma'am. I remember that.
Yeah, in order to get 3. Remember, when you multiply a radical by the same number radical, you get back just the number under the radical. In other words, square root of 10 times square root of 10 is just 10. That's because the 3 to the 1/2 plus 3 to the 1/2, 1/2 plus 1/2 is 3 to the 1. Got it?
Okay.
That's the way of remembering that. Just remember, radical times itself just gives the number underneath the radical, to which you call the radicand, right?
Mhm.
Okay, now, anybody want to tell me the distance formula? How do you find distance?
Distance is determined by the rate, or the rate by the time.
You're right, Audrey. Very good. Distance is determined by rate and time. In other words, distance, let me just write it in words, equal rate times the time. So if you're traveling and you know how many miles you're traveling, the rate miles per hour times the time will give you the distance you travel, right? If you're traveling 60 miles an hour and you travel 2 hours, how far did you go? Mercedes.
120.
Say that again.
That's
Sorry.
all right. Maureen answered for you.
Maureen, I'm going to fight you soon.
Maureen answered. No, I repeat. Mercedes, I
Oh, I
repeat.
didn't know you called her name. Sorry.
That's okay. I said if your rate is 60 miles an hour, you travel 2 hours. Mercedes, how far did you travel? Mercedes, you can answer.
The rate is 60 miles per hour, you say?
And you travel 2 hours. How far did you travel?
So that would be like 120.
120 miles. That's what Maureen said. Okay. So rate times the time. Now, in this problem, you're given the distance and you're given the time and you define the rate. So, Maureen, how do you find the rate if you know the distance and the time? What would this formula be?
All right.
What is rate equal to? You know the distance, you know the time. How would you find rate?
The red.
Equal what?
The red equal distance.
Distance what?
Okay.
Distance in time.
No, you've got to give me a mathematical term. Distance,
Times.
addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Which one?
Multiplication.
No, rate. If you want to find rate here, you divide both sides by time. So
Oh.
rate would be distance,
And time.
not and time, divided by. You got to give me math terms here. So
Oh.
distance divided by time, right?
Oh.
So distance
Oh.
divided by time.
Oh, I
Now
see.
you've got your formula. All right. So, and in this problem, you given the distance and you're given the time and you define the rate.
Yeah, I get
Okay.
it,
So
method. I
knowing
can't
that,
answer
then I think you can solve this. Okay, let's go. All right. Okay, so here's the distance. Go to mute if you're talking offline.
That's a second.
Okay, and there's the time, x minus 2. Okay, so you know the distance, you know the time, you want to find the rate. So put that together in a division and let's see what you get. So rate, I'll just put that here. Rate equal, the distance is this expression because it tells you the problem. That's the distance. Okay, so let's just take that. Okay. Put the distance there. Okay. And that's divided by x minus 2. So let's just put x minus 2 here. Okay. Anybody have any ideas how to solve this?
That's what beating me the whole Saturday, the whole Sunday, the whole everyday trading, and they couldn't get it. I didn't know how to do it. Oh man.
Anybody want to help Audrey out?
X
Divide
Divide
all the numbers by 2.
Latoya, where are you?
X plus 3x.
So we're going to divide it by x2, right?
X minus 2.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
x minus 2 divided by 2x to the same power give you
What I was saying,
X
2 to 4, I was saying,
X
Latoya, where are you?
and negative 2.
I said 6, so it can be 4.
X to the second.
Well, I want you to think factoring.
10.
Think factoring. What can you factor out of this numerator right here? What can you take? What do you see a number you can factor out that divides into both the 2, the 6, and the 10?
10 or 20?
26 and 20.
20. What's
No,
20?
no, you didn't. Wait, listen to what I just said now. What number
Uh-huh.
divides into 2? Same number divides into 6. Same number divides into 20.
20.
Well, you said 10. That's what you said.
I'm
You said
sorry,
10.
20.
Yeah.
20.
2.
2, right? So
Yeah.
you can factor out the 2.
Why you try to do that? Says 2 to 2 is
Okay,
1.
so
which is the X.
so the number that goes into all those coefficients, the 2, the 6, and then the minus 20. So we can factor out the 2. Okay,
Not 2x, 6 plus 10.
so let me just put okay, so rate equal. Okay, so let's take the 2 out. And then you tell me what goes in the parentheses. 2 times what gives you x squared? What goes here? I'm taking it to, it will be what, Audrey?
X.
X what?
X.
Go ahead, you about to say it.
X to the second.
X to the second, very good. That's it. X to the second. So let's just put a 2 there, right? Now we go to our 6x. Okay, so 2 times what gives you 6x, Audrey?
3.
3. So that's 2 times what? 3x.
2 times 3x.
That's it. Okay, now let's go to the 20. 2 times what gives you a minus 20? 2 times what number?
10.
Minus 10. That's right. You got it.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I know.
So we've got the 2 factored out, right?
Let's see what I got. X. You got me.
Okay. And let's put this underneath this x minus 2. Okay, so let's put our x minus 2 here.
X minus 2.
Now, what kind of equation is this x to the second plus 3x minus 10? That look like something you're familiar with.
Yes.
What kind of equation is that? Someone say it?
What
I hear what you're saying.
What was it?
A quadratic equation?
Quadratic, that's a quadratic, which means we can write the expressions that go here. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, let's put equal. Now, I'll put in parentheses. And you tell me what goes in the parentheses. Tell me the expressions that go in the parentheses. All right. Okay, so this is, and the 2 is still out here. So let's put the 2. The 2 is still there. Now, what 2 expressions multiply to give me that quadratic?
5. I don't know. I don't believe
Oh,
it was in there.
Maureen, you're getting there. Keep thinking. You're on the
But-
right track.
I didn't hear what you said though.
No, but you're on the right track.
Uh,
Okay. Now, what I said is, what 2 expressions multiply to give you x to the second plus 3x minus 10?
oh, I see.
6x.
Think of 2 numbers, you multiply them to get 10, and you subtract or add them to get 3. What are the 2 numbers?
5 and 2.
5 and 2. Now, Maureen, which one has to be a plus? You're right.
The 2.
Okay, you said it's a 5. That's correct. It's a 5 and it's a 2. So which one has to be plus? And how do you know that?
Okay.
5 have to be a plus.
Because the 5 is bigger than the 2.
Yep.
Which one has to be plus, the 5 or the 2?
Okay. Let me see.
How you figure that out? Look at the 3. The 3 is plus.
Uh-huh.
That means when you add them, you should get a plus. So the 5 must be plus or minus, Maureen.
Minus.
No,
A
if you're
plus.
getting it has to be a plus because this is a 3, right? Plus 3. So this has to be a plus, and that means the 2 is a negative, right? So that's x minus 2. Okay, so now we got our factors. X plus 5 times x minus 2, because x plus 5 times a minus 2 will give our minus 10, and then the 5x and the minus 2x will give us our 3x. Now, what do you see in common in the numerator and the denominator?
2 and x.
What is it?
2.
No, what do you see in
Negative 2?
common?
X.
Audrey, what is it?
Negative 2?
No, it's a whole expression, Audrey.
Oh, the
What
whole
is-
expression. Oh,
Yeah. So what is the common expression in the numerator and the denominator, Audrey?
Expression. Plus and minus.
No, look what 2 times
The
x plus
minus 2.
5 times
times
x
x
minus 2
plus
divided
2
by x minus 2.
7 and x plus 3.
Okay, let me,
2x.
maybe if I put it in parentheses, you'll see it. Okay. So what's common in the numerator and the denominator?
Multiplication.
No, what's the common expressions in the numerator and the denominator?
Minus.
No.
Expression, something in parentheses.
Parentheses. You said it. Okay.
The 2.
The 5.
No,
I got
it's
it.
just glaring right at.
Miss, you can hear my voice?
The
Yes,
X's?
Mercedes. What is it, Mercedes?
Okay. X, Miss.
X's.
It's what you said, Mercedes?
X.
No. X minus 2 is common. Why are you breaking it up? This is an expression. You're just giving me variables and numbers. An expression has to be
Okay.
variables and
bracket,
numbers.
Miss. The brackets.
X minus 2
minus
is
2 and
common
X
in
minus
the
2.
numerator
Yeah,
and
X
in
minus
the
2.
denominator. So that means
X
X
minus
minus 2
2.
over X minus 2 is 1, right?
1.
So
Mhm.
what's the rate? So once you divide it, get 1, you just have 2 times X plus 5. And what is that equal to, Audrey?
7x. 10x.
No.
Sorry, not 10. Oh man.
3.
Multiply 2 by
10.
everything in the parentheses. What do you get, Audrey?
2x plus 10.
That's it. Very good. Okay, Audrey, you got it. That's your answer. Okay, that's the
Don't
rate.
understand that, miss.
Question?
Don't understand that.
Which one?
The answer that she got and the question you're asking.
Okay, I gave you a distance. I gave you a time.
No, just right in there, miss. We
Right
just-
where?
It mean how you get the rate.
Oh, you mean right here?
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
here? Right
No,
here?
the top, right top. Where is the X? The bracket X minus 2.
Right
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't
the
understand that there.
X plus 5 and the X minus 2?
Yeah, you're asking the
Okay,
question.
those are the factors of the quadratic. In other words, X plus 5 times X minus 2 is equal to this quadratic. And the way you figure that out, like I said, think of 2 numbers. You multiply them, you get the minus 10. Take those same 2 numbers, you add them and get a 3. And then only 2 numbers you can multiply and get a 10 and add and get a 3. Is that correct, Mercedes?
Oh, so you're saying those 2 numbers, you can get
A
a 10.
5 and negative 2, because 5 plus 5 times a negative 2 is a negative 10. But a 5x and a minus 2x, you subtract, you get a plus 3x.
Yeah. That's why I did say 3 one at the time. But
I'm
when
sorry?
you asked a question about the 5, and so what's the answer? I said 3. But I didn't say 3x.
No, no, the answer I asked you. Okay, here's the quadratic.
Yeah.
Ax squared plus bx minus c. That's the format of a
Yeah.
quadratic, right? Ax squared plus bx plus c, except the plus is a negative. All right, so I ask you, what 2 numbers, I put the x here and x here. Then I said 2 numbers multiply to give you a negative 10, same 2 numbers add to give you a plus 3.
Oh,
Think of 2 numbers, you multiply them, you get a 10, you add them and you get a 3. So it's got to be a 5 and a 2, except one is positive and one is negative, because you want to get a negative 10. So the signs have to be unlike, right?
yeah.
You want to get a plus. So that means the bigger number's got to be the plus, the 5. So
Yeah.
when you add them, you subtract the 2 from the 5 and you get a plus 3.
Okay.
You follow, Mercedes? That's how we got the x plus 5 and the x minus 2. Those are the factors of the quadratic.
Okay.
And since x minus 2 is in the numerator, x minus 2 is in the denominator, you just cancel them out, or say they divide to give you 1. So we got 2x, 2 times the expression x plus 5. Then multiply 2 times what's in the parentheses. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 5 is 10. So your rate is 2x plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah, is that clearer, Mercedes?
It's a little clearer.
A little clearer. Okay. But remember, actually I gave this to see who would remember how to factor a quadratic, because we had this before. You remember us factoring quadratics? Yes? Maybe you don't remember, but
I divide mine.
Okay, or you could divide it.
Oh, you're trying to divide it, but then
I'll do long division.
Long
Yeah.
division, yes.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the other way, but that's a little more involved. And I didn't really want to get into division, okay,
Mhm.
with remainders and all that,
Let's
because
choose what the
that's
person
kind of
needs.
like a
I'm old
mouth.
school, Miss Barbara.
Yeah, there's
I do
nothing
things
wrong
the
with
old
that.
school way.
No, that's okay. No, what I do when I see a problem like this, I said, okay, my rate here is a x minus 2. I need to get an x minus 2 in my numerator. So I think of a way of factoring to get me an x minus 2 here. You follow? And
Mhm.
then that simplifies my problem. Then I just have the 2 times the x plus whatever. Okay? But if you want to do it like Latoya, you can actually divide it out. Long division. Okay? That's for another session, actually. Unless you want to go through it, Latoya. You want to go through the division? No, that's a bit involved. And you really don't have to do that. Because like I said, when you look at a problem like this, think of a factor that's an x minus 2 that you can get in the numerator. And once you do that, then you put the x minus 2 here and say, oh, what can I multiply by this x minus 2 and get my x squared plus 3x minus 10? Can only be x plus 5. Got it? Okay. That was a little involved. I was glad that Latoya got hers correct, but I was thinking in terms of who would figure out there that I need some factors of that. Well, first to factor out the 2, and then I need factors of the quadratic. But it means you won't forget this, right?
Mm-mm.
Now, the next problem, Simone with her bracelets and earrings.
Tear down, what do you call it?
Okay, now this one I broke it up for you to try to make it simpler, right? Now, you need, what do you need here? You need the cost of the earrings. That's r squared plus 2r. You need that. That's per just a minute. Okay. So you need the r squared plus 2r. Let's just underline that. Okay.
R2R
So
plus
we
2
pick it, we're picking out what we need.
is 5.
And the bracelets cost what? 2r squared plus 6r plus 5. So you need that.
What's the R square? Yeah, 2R.
You need to know she sells 5 earrings and 10 bracelets. So you need that, right? So these, I'm underlining what you need. Okay. The revenue she makes on the earrings, you need that. The revenue made on the earrings and the bracelets. Okay.
Is R to
So
the third
revenue, I'll just underline all this together.
plus 7. Okay.
All right. Now, how would you find the cost of 5 earrings, Maureen?
Multiply.
How would you find the cost of 5 earrings? A. How would you find the cost of 5 earrings, Maureen?
5 earrings.
Yes. It will be 5. That's the number, right? What's the cost of 1 earring?
Cost of 1
Per
earring.
earring is what? Right here.
Or R2.
R to the second power.
R to the second plus 2R.
Okay, so let's just put that there. So the cost of the earrings, the number of earrings sold, and that was 5, times the cost of 1 pair of earrings. Okay, so what is that equal to, Maureen? When you multiply that out, what do you get?
You get 5-2 this time. I
What do you get?
don't know. I can't figure out this one.
Yes, you can. What's 5 times r squared?
Yeah. Wait for the
What's
second.
5 times r to the second power, Maureen?
25?
5 times r to the second.
R is 1.
5 times r to the second power. It's just 5 r to the second, right? It's just 5 r to the second. So let's just put that there. Take out the paren. That's all it is. 5 times r to the second is just 5 times r to the second. Now,
Okay.
Maureen, what's 5? It's so obvious that you can think that can't be it, right? Now, Maureen, what's 5 times 2r?
5 times 2r is 10r.
That's it. Now you got it. That's it. Okay, that answers A. That's it.
Right.
Cost of 5 earrings is 5r to the second plus 10r. Everybody clear on that?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, Mercedes, how would I find the cost of 10 bracelets? That's B. How many bracelets? How many bracelets you saw? 10?
Yes.
What's the cost of 1 bracelet?
The revenue for the bracelet
The
is,
cost of a bracelet.
where is it? The cost?
Right here. A
Yeah,
cost of
yeah.
2r to the second plus 6r plus 5. That's the cost of a single bracelet, right?
Okay.
So you gotta multiply that by what, Mercedes?
2r to the second.
What do you
Plus
multiply that by?
2r plus 10.
Yeah, you multiply that whole thing by 10, because that's the cost of a bracelet. So, Mercedes, when you multiply that out, what do you get?
Let's see now. 10 to, that's 20r to the second power.
Right, very good. Okay, so let's just, you don't need to underline here. Okay, so you got 20r to the second. So this is 20 r to the second. So let's put our
Right.
power there too. Okay, what's 10 times 6r, Mercedes? What is
60r.
60r? Very good. Okay, so let's put 60r plus 60r and 10 times 5.
That's 50.
So you got your answer for B. That's it. Any questions on A and B? The cost of 5 earrings, the cost of 10 bracelets. Okay, Maureen, how would I find the total cost of the earrings and the bracelets?
Total cost
Of the earrings and the bracelets.
by adding, right?
Yes, what do I add? You're right. What do I add?
Okay. You add, I don't know, 20 to r to the power 2.
No.
Yeah.
So
Look at the answer.
You add the cost of the 5 earrings plus the cost of the 10 bracelets. In other words, A
so it-
plus
50.
B would give you C.
60.
What?
You add the 10 to the 50.
You add the 5 to the second power plus 10 to the R power to the price of the
Add what we got for A to what we got for B, Maureen. Add 5r to the
Earrings.
second
the
plus
bracelet.
10r plus 20r to the second plus 60r plus 50.
No, that's what it says.
Add those together. What do you get?
Okay, 5R for the second.
Let me just put all this on another
20R
screen.
for the
Okay.
second.
So add those together to get C. You want to get C,
And
right?
R.
So add A plus B to get C.
TR.
Okay. Now I'll just make this easier for you. Let's just move this over. Okay.
Yeah,
So now
Right.
you've got okay.
there it is.
Okay, so I want to put them together so it makes it easier.
First R.
Okay, so now
Okay.
add the 5R square.
To the 20R.
So
Square.
add these together, Maureen. What do you
Okay.
get?
R plus 70 R.
So what's the answer for C, Maureen?
The first answer is 25.
Okay, so
25R.
let me put here. Okay, so C, you added the R squares. You got 25R to the second, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so let's just put that there. And what's your R total?
70.
That's it, Maureen. Very good. So plus
Plus 50.
70R, 70R. And what are your constants, Maureen?
50.
Just plus 50. That's it. So that's your C, the total cost. Everybody with me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do you find the total revenue of the earrings and the bracelets? Now let's go back up here and look up our revenue.
Subtract
Okay.
something from something.
Okay, the revenue on the earrings is this R to the third plus 3R squared plus 7. Okay, let's go back here. That's the revenue on the earrings. So let me just put that here. Okay. That's earrings revenue. Okay, now let's go get our revenue on our that was the earrings. Let's get our revenue on our bracelets. The revenue on the bracelets, let's see, is 2R plus 10, right? So 2R plus 10. Just copy that there. And now you can tell me what your revenue is.
2R.
That's the bracelets revenue.
Plus 10.
Now, how many bracelets did you sell and how many earrings, right?
Yeah. You sell 5 and
5 earrings, 10
10
bracelets.
bracelets.
Okay, so multiply the 5 by this value and the 10 by this value. And tell me what you get. Okay. Okay, so you have 5, put that times the earrings, that would go here, R3, R to the third power. Multiply
Yeah.
that out, tell me what you get. I'll put it here so you can multiply it out.
7.
Okay,
7.
okay, and then you want to multiply the 10. Let's put the 10 times the revenue for the bracelets, that's 2R plus 10.
Okay, it is E.
Okay, so what you get when you multiply this first one here? You don't need a underline. What do you get for the first one, Maureen?
Okay, hold on.
What do you get for 5R,
Place
5 by that
37.
expression? What does that give you?
That's 35.
Multiply the coefficients. So what do you get?
You got to add the coefficients, right?
No, 5 times R to the third gives you what, Maureen?
15.
No,
R.
5 times R to the third. That just gives you 5R to the third, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, third. All right. Now, 5 times 3R to the second, Maureen, what is that equal to? There's your 15. What is that, Maureen?
15R
To the what?
to the second.
That's it, 15R to the second. Very good. So let's put our power on there. And what's 5 times 7, Maureen?
35.
35.
That's it, plus 35. So we've got, okay, so we've got the earrings revenue. Now, what's 10 times 2R plus 10, Maureen? What is that equal to?
Plus what?
10 times 2R plus 10 for the
10
bracelets.
plus 2R is 10. 10. 2R.
10 times 2R is what?
22R.
10 times 2 is what, Maureen?
20R.
10 times 2, Maureen.
Then there was a 20.
Okay, so 10 times 2R would be,
20R.
that's it, 20R,
Yeah.
okay. And then 10 times 10,
Is 100.
100. Now add those two expressions together. Tell me what you get. You want to add the earrings revenue and the bracelet revenue. So this would be this plus the 20R plus 100. Okay, Maureen, so what do you get for that? This is still D.
That would be
What is that equal to?
20. You said 20R, right?
Okay, so
No,
you're
15.
adding, you
I added
add,
15
it should be a 20R.
and 35.
You add one?
We can put, okay.
You're only adding like terms. So what would go here? What would be the first one? Put it in standard order. In other words, highest power to lowest. So what would go here?
5x3.
Me 5R3. Okay,
I 5R3.
that's right. 5R to the third power. So that goes there. All right. What goes next? What's the next highest power?
15R to the second power.
That's right. Okay, plus 15R to the second power. Okay. And what goes next, Maureen?
100.
You skip an R?
If it's the R. Yes.
Oh, 20R.
That's it. Plus 20R. Now, what's the constants? Combine your constants. What do you have? What's your constant, Maureen?
100
And then you've got a 35. Add them. What do you get?
and a 20. No, 35.
135.
Yeah.
You only have the two constants, the
fine.
35
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the,
yeah,
right?
135, yeah.
So what you have is, I'll just put all that on one
R to the
line.
third plus 35, R to the second plus 135.
Okay, so
So
you
it's
got,
5R to the third power plus 15R to the second power plus 20R plus 135.
okay, so that's the,
That's the remedy.
let me go back up to here. Okay.
Hmm.
That's the total revenue, right? So that's total. All right, now, how do you find profit?
Go, that's too long.
Mercedes, how do you find profit?
Miss,
Yeah,
honestly,
by adding.
I'm not comprehending because I started falling back to sleep because I cut my sleep for this. So I don't get enough rest yet. So I find myself, I'm so quiet that me say, time for me to get some rest again.
No, think about it. If you're selling
profit?
something and you want to find your profit, how do you find your profit?
Subtract.
Subtract
Yeah.
whatever you sell from what you gain.
What is it, Audrey?
Subtract what you make from what
Let
your
me
profit,
answer.
what you gain from your profit.
I started to answer now.
Okay, well, go ahead, sis.
Don't make me feel bad. Continue.
No,
No,
you do it. You said that
profit is,
you was going to.
okay, you've got a
Okay, then
revenue, you've
you
got
got
a
a total.
cost, and you
Yeah,
want
you
to
got-
find a profit. How do you find profit from revenue and cost?
Uh-oh. Revenue and cost.
How do you find it?
So you
What-
got the total cost of your goods. So
No, profit is what you made on something, right?
yeah.
Okay, so you know your total revenue and you
Mhm.
know how much it costs you to make it. How do you
Yeah.
find your profit? Your profit is what? Revenue
Minus
Yeah,
minus cost.
cost.
exactly.
All right. Now
So
we have calculated our total revenue. We have calculated our total cost. Now I want you to calculate the profit.
you cut the profit is $100.
No, the
No.
revenue, you've got to go back and look
The
at
whole
A,
thing.
B, C, D. C was, what did I ask you for C? I said
Cost of it.
total cost is C, total revenue is D. So you want D minus C. That's what I want you to do. I want you to calculate. Okay, because we already know the revenue. We've calculated it. Profit
Is a range
equal D
minus
minus C. So substitute your values of D and C that we have
What
and
is D now?
calculate the profit. Okay,
Where she is now? Help me. What is D?
that's right here. Total revenue.
total
So it's
revenue.
D,
35?
R plus 3, that's the revenue. R
That's-
to the
that's
third,
D.
the R to the
Okay.
second plus 7.
That's D. Okay.
R.
And of course you have C here, the total profit. So plug the total revenue in, plug the total cost. Tell me what you got for your profit. Okay, I'm gonna put this,
Profit is 15R.
put this,
15R.
I wanna put this all on the
R
next.
to the third plus 15R to the second plus 20.
So you got your total revenue.
No,
C was your total cost. It's right there, C. Subtract that. So that would be this value.
that's the total cost. Total is
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yes, then I should add up all of C.
Plus 20 plus
What my-
137. So you
We've
add
already calculated the total revenue. So
I don't
that's,
see the answer. I only see 135 for total revenue.
R to the third.
okay, but the total cost was a C.
The 6, so that'll be 15.
So that's minus
eight,
C And C is the 25R squared plus 70R plus 50, right there.
Mhm.
15R.
Also, you're gonna subtract. Oh, I see.
See,
She
you
said 25R.
use what we already have, right?
The 5R to the second
Okay.
power.
But we got to subtract the 25R to the power 2 from 5R to the power 3.
Here it is, right here.
I see here. And see if she went outside here.
Revenue is this whole expression here. We already
Whole expression.
calculated it. 5R to the third
Right.
plus 15R to the second plus 20R plus 135. We calculated the total cost. That's 25R to the second plus 70R plus 50. What I want you to do is subtract
So you'll put the
this.
70 under the 20.
Yeah, let me put it underneath each other so it makes it easier. So let's put the 5. Let's put this here.
35, 135. So you can put the 25R.
Put that there. Okay, now let's put our cost. This is minus.
It'll be 25R2 under 5R3.
No,
Okay, now let me just line this up for you. Okay,
Mm,
so you're subtracting this.
Yeah, go straight down, go straight down, go straight down. Right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
there we go.
good.
So I can line it up for you, make it
Right.
easier. Okay, so this whole thing, let me just put.
second.
Okay, now this is subtracting, so I'm putting a minus sign. That means you've got to change those signs, right?
Plus 50.
Okay. Bring that over so they'll line up.
Yes. So 5R. Okay, so you got 25R.
Need a space there. Let me line it up for you because once they line up, then it's easier for you to work with them. Now let's just put a line under here. Okay. Move this 50 over.
So that is plus 15 plus
All right, now do the math and tell me what you get.
7 minus 5 to the third. You know, 5 to the third or 25 to the third.
That is 5R to the power 2. No, 10R to the power 2.
What is it, Maureen?
Okay.
10R to the power 2. I know. So,
What are you doing with the 5R to the third?
5R.
but I put that by itself and then.
Yeah, you put it
I-
by itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Just bring the 5R to the third, bring that down
Down.
because you don't
Yeah.
have that in the
Right.
what you're subtracting. Okay. So let's just bring that down. Alrighty. Okay, so we just bring that down. We don't have a 5R to the 3
Right.
into what we're subtracting, okay? Take that out. Now, Maureen, what's 15R to the second minus 25R to the second?
10R to the second,
Plus or minus?
a plus.
No, plus,
Minus,
minus the
negative.
biggest
Oh,
number.
minus, minus.
Minus, right, so that's minus
10R to the second.
10R to the second. That's right, Audrey. 10R to the second. So let's put our second there. Okay, Maureen, what's 20 minus a 70R? Remember, all these signs change. So a 20R.
A minus 50R.
Very good, Maureen. Very good. Okay, so that's a minus 50R. Okay, now, all right. Okay, Maureen, you're at your constants now. 135 minus 50. What is that, Maureen?
Like
let's see,
85.
50,
135 minus 50. Audrey, I heard you. Audrey told you. What is it, Audrey?
85.
85.
yeah.
That's
85.
right. Very good. Audrey.
85 and 15
Yeah,
is 135.
135 minus 50 is 85. That's your answer. That's your profit.
That's a big one, boy. That was long.
That's why I broke it down. Imagine if you had to do this and
Oh,
it
you know, it
wasn't
was-
broken down.
Mm.
That's why I broke it down in steps. I thought this was interesting. I made this one up because I wanted to see, I wanted to see if you could do the steps, if you could know how much, knowing the cost of an earring, what's the cost of 5 of them?
I
What's
can
the
forget
cost
that
of
first.
bracelets? What's the cost of 10? All right. And then the total, add the two together.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I got right.
And then I
It's
gave you the
probably that.
revenue for each one, for the earrings and the bracelets. So you multiply the cost of the earring the revenue of the earrings time the number of earrings, and do the same for the bracelets. Then once you get all your totals, profit is revenue minus the cost. So you know your revenue, you know your cost, and it's a matter of subtracting.
Yeah, it was big.
Any questions?
No.
Well, we didn't get
We just thought about we profit and loss.
yeah, profit, because your profit could be
Years ago,
yeah,
but,
yeah, if you had actual numbers, your profit could be negative because you could be
Right.
losing money, right? It's
Yeah.
costing you more to make something
make
than
something
you
that
make from it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
That's how you have to actually look at your goods, your souls. And so that's why sometimes people mark up prices, because they find it's costing them more to make it than they had anticipated. So they had to make the cost more.
More, yeah.
All right. Well, we didn't get to the exponents and radicals, but I want you to, but I do want to share just one thing, and I'll send that to you because we've been doing it, but some of it we haven't. Okay, so let's do
Let me forget.
here. Yeah, I wanted to. Okay. Do you see the exponent rules? Okay.
Yeah, we
So,
had that in
yeah,
books on there.
we've had that before, and
Yeah.
when the quotient is division, you subtract the exponents. All right, the product you multiply and you add the exponents. If you have a quotient over a quotient and you raise it into a power, you put the numerator to a power over the denominator to a power.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you have a product and you have a raising that to a power, you raise everything within the parentheses to a power.
Mhm.
And then the power rule, if you have a power and you're raising that expression to a power, you multiply the two exponents. And of course, you remember anything raised to a 0 power is 1, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a variable, whether it's a number, it's equal to 1. And then the negative is you flip it and make it positive. So x to the minus m is 1 over x to the plus m. Okay, so we'll go over exponents and then we'll get into radicals. Any questions on anything we've gone over? Questions?
Just have to
Okay.
review again, miss.
Yeah,
Okay.
review what we've gone over, and I'll give you some more work on polynomials, because before we get to exponents, we need to do some more work on polynomials. Okay? So we won't go to the next topic until I feel that you're ready. Okay. So you'll have some more division and some more multiplication of polynomials in your next homework. All right?
Miss,
Yes, Mercedes.
thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Power is
But you did
M.
good today, though. You really did.
Yeah, I really